A very good morning and a hearty welcome to one and all present here. The start of something new brings the hope of something great. And all of a sudden, we realize that everything is possible, and yes, we found our best time for this great beginning. I am Mugilesh from Mobile Application Club, and it's my great pleasure to welcome all of you to our workshop on mobile app development, organized by the Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science by the Science of Aishwari Engineering College. As we all know, coming together is beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. And today, our club is ready to progress together and reach our success by building and establishing the best part of our members, and also by preparing them to thrive in this competitive world. I am extremely privileged to welcome our respected chief guest, Mr. Jyotish sir. I am also honored to welcome our head of our department, Mr. Kanaga Subbaraj sir, and our coordinator, Mrs. Revati ma'am, and our fellow students to our first event of Mobile Application Club, Andrews. Thank you all for joining us today. Now, the other coordinator and my friend, Nitish Kumar, will give a brief introduction about our chief guest. Carry on, Nitish.
Hello everyone, I am Nitish Kumar. Today we have Mr. Jyotish, Consulting Engineer in Cisco, to train us workshop on mobile app development. He has graduated in Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science from Pratiksha Institute of Technology and Management in Tiruvallur. He has gained interns in IIT Madras for worked on a data science tool for visualizing the industrial emission monitoring for leaders company. He is proficient in 3 languages. He has taken part in one in many hackathons. He has gained numerous skills. We are happy to have you with us. The floor is yours, sir.
Thanks, Nitish.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, guys. Okay. First of all, answer me the question like, how many members are interested in Android development, and why do you need to develop Android apps? Yeah, Insa. Okay. That's nice. It's okay. Can anyone tell me why you need to develop Android apps? Is there any specific motive or like that? Okay, in this session, we are going to learn about the designs part. Not more or coding. We are going to jump on designs, because whatever we develop that has highly backend, but without a good front end, that failure. Okay, so that we are going to jump on designs, and we are designs and design elements of the Android. So, can I share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. It
Yes,
is
sir.
really good.
Yeah.
The screen is visible, sir.
Okay. Okay. XML designs. Why XML? Because Android supports XML designs. Like it supports backend like Java and Kotlin for the backend language, but the most part the designs are done in XMLs. Why XML? Which is an efficient language. The XML abbreviated as extended markup language, which we can customize the languages, and also it is highly used to transfer data between one document to another document in the internet. So here are the advantages of XMLs. XML separates data from HTML, which means only the data. And XMLs also simplify data sharing. Yes, obviously we can easily share the XML data because it's in a form. And also XML simplifies data. Yeah, obviously data transport, and XML increases data availability. Sure. The hierarchy structure is suitable for most, but not all type of documents. What is hierarchy structure? It's like tree structure. Like a view group. I will explain later. And it's a platform independent. Thus, it has highly usage XML. Okay. In daily days, we are using Android phones. Lot of them. Okay. Most probably 99% of people are using Android phones. 1% we can rest of. Leave it on. Okay. In your mobile phone, what are the things? The things which you see all elements? Okay. That's the Android. That's the made of Android. So here I display 4 basic things of Android: text view, edit text, image view, buttons. Okay, a text view. What is basically a text view? A text view which displays content. cannot a content or a label anything, but it cannot allow us to edit. Whereas edit text is the same, but it can allow us to edit the content. Image view, obviously image view, where we can show an image button, a virtual button which can be pressed to perform an action. Okay. These are the layouts. There's a grid layout, absolute layout, relative layout, and finally linear layout. But in this session, we are going to learn more on linear layouts, because of this four of this, the linear layout which plays a major role on device sustainability, which means the device we are operating is not the same screen size. It can change depends upon the phones, tablets, and other things, watch like that. So in this, the linear layout has a sustainability on all of the other independent devices like 6-inch, 5-inch, 5.5, everything. The linear stays same, but the absolute, relative, or depend upon the screen sizes. So we are going to learn on linear layouts. Okay. These are the basic attributes of the XML elements. When we are giving an element, we have to give certain attributes to make it like, for example, a person. If a person has an attribute, like what are the attributes like name, height, weight, and colors? Those are the attributes for the person to identify. Same as like in Android, we have these are the elements. These are the basic elements. We can give it as a property to make sure that element can be identified. So it contains ID. Obviously, ID defines the verification. Like this is the element, we need to do that. So the ID depends upon the identification of the elements. And the gravity defines that the object need to be positioned where, like bottom, top, center, like that. Orientation defines in which orientation the things need to be arranged, like horizontal or vertical. Like when your phone is tilted, you can see the video screen right in YouTube. So the orientation changes from portrait to landscape. So next is layout width of the element, and the height, obviously height of the element, and text. Here you can notify that the text is for the text view and edit text, whereas image you have to use as source. And these are the most important topic: layout, margin, and padding, because most of the people make a mess on this layout, margin, and padding. Let me show you a difference between what is margin and what is padding. A margin is where the space between the elements, and where padding is the space inside of the elements. Can you get it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Move on. Okay. Linear layout. It's a view group. Actually, what is a view group means? View contains another view inside it, which makes a group that is called view group. And in the linear layout, we use a structure called view group structure. So in below you can see that linear layout, horizontal, linear vertical. In horizontal, the elements are arranged in horizontal order, whereas in vertical, it arranged in vertical order. It's based on the orientation, the previous property which I explained. So if you have Android Studio installed in, and if you open it, I will just share full screen. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you have Android Studio installed in it, just create a new project, like empty activity, and give application. Okay, I just give my application as well, and I'll give finish. It's creating a new project. Okay, the new project has been created. Have anyone has an issue on Gradle? until that is syncing, we just learn it. Here, this is the starting tag, linear layout. Like same as HTML, we have to use angular brackets, and for that linear layout, it's L caps. The same properties have issues like IDs, layout width, layout height, gravity, padding, margin orientation. The which of the previous attributes or properties the same as given here. ID. The ID has a syntax like at plus ID slash the ID of the element. And the layout width. There's a property like wrap content, match parent, and you can also give the contents like 50 dp or 40 dp kind of things. So the wrap content depends upon the content width. Like for example, I'm giving my name as Jyotish, but there is a 100 dp, but my words contain only 50 dp, means the wrap content will encloses the linear layout to Jyotish only, not the extending out that. So same follows for the wrap content height. And the gravity has 6 properties like center horizontal, central vertical, top, bottom, like that. Then it can be alternated, like we can apply both like top and central horizontal as same, like that. So the optimal situation, if you want to make an element center, try to use gravity center. And the padding, as I already said, the difference between padding and margin. Padding where inside of the inside space, like the linear layout inside space. You can see that yellow color thing is called padding. Do you get it? And the red color is margin. Okay, guys. Okay. I think I have some Gradle issues. Still we can open it. Okay. Okay. Now we have given the linear layout, and you may notice that these are not belong in the thing. Why we add them? This is the context. Like we need to inherit some properties, like because XML is a customized format, so we need to inherit the Android things. So the schematics of the Android can be imported using these three lines. Okay. So okay, let's move on. It's constraint layout. If anyone needs to design easily, mention the word easily, means you can use constraint layout, but the constraint layout will not support for all the devices. Like in some devices it works fine. In other devices it's like spacey or messed up, like that. So the constraint, I suggest mostly don't use constraint layout. If it's a beginner, you can use it. So this same for the constraint layout. Okay, text view, already said. Text view is a thing which can be express the words, like see here, you can see here, these are the text views, and we can also change the font family and font text. Here you have an activity like open your phone. In the lock screen, what is the text view? In the lock screen, the mostly all the font contains a common thing. What is that, guys? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So tell me that if you open the phone and in the lock screen, tell the common thing which all the phone have. A common thing.
Sir, clock, sir.
Yeah,
Time,
clock.
wallpaper.
Yes, the clock is a text view because it cannot be edited, and it's used to display the information, right? So next thing. So you can see the code. Okay. Here. This is ID, already said. ID is to identify the element and layout with match parent. I need to match parent means fill the content. For the bigger screen, the bigger the content. Like that, fill it of all. So that we use match parent. And wrap content is like already said. We need to short down the contents. Like it should be contain only the up to what is the content. It should wrap it up. So we use the property called wrap content. And the hint. In text view, we can use hint as well as text. But hint doesn't appear on the text view. It will appear on the edit text. Okay. And max line. The max line describes that how much of line need to be displayed, like 3 lines or 4 lines. But most probably these will not be used, max line. And the text style already we have as bold, italic, those kind of stuff can be applied here. And the typeface is the basics things like monospace or Arial, like that. But typeface is different from font face. Font face we can apply different kinds of style available on the internet. And the text size, and the text size is mentioned to be in SP. Okay. It can be morely. I will suggest that if information is very little, you can go for 24 or 18. The optimal thing between 18 to 24. And the text, whatever the text we are giving here, it will be displayed there. And the text color. Text color is the thing where you can apply different type of colors. And single line. If we are giving single line too, then we don't need to give a max lines. Can we try out? Or else we can try out last.
Try out class.
Okay, sure. We can try out last. So edit text. Edit text is an overlay text, which text view, like the text view which can be edited. Where the contents of the text views can be edited so that edit text happens. Like most of the information, like messaging, like WhatsApp. In WhatsApp, which we are sending a message, that's a text view. And wherever you are entering information, typing information, those elements are text views. Okay, so same as thing. Here we can see the hint will display here, but the text also display. But the text can be edited here. It's the same thing. And buttons. So buttons, the main thing we are using in everyday life, buttons, because everything need to unlock on phone, everything, whatever the action which you are performing in the phone, everything is applied to the buttons. The button is which the user can perform an action. Okay. So there will be a different type of buttons, like small buttons, like icon button or image buttons, kind of things. But generally buttons are used to perform an action when it clicked. So button, the same properties which apply for the text views, edit text are applied for buttons, where background or things can be applied here. Image view. So without image view, do you think that Android will sustain? Obviously not, right? Because without image, the UI is not going to enlarge. Like for example, whatever the text, like text buttons or edit text, whatever you enable in it, without an image, the quality content is not there, and it is not so attractive without an image view. Okay, so try to use image view with a constraint, like in particular design styles we have to use this much image views in it. And most of all, try to be on sizes, because the image view is the most issue on the Android phones, because in sometimes the image large than what we are expected, kind of those stuff. In image view, I said, right, the source. With the help of text, we can give a text, but in image view, you have to give it as a source, and it follows a center, like add drawable, because the drawable is a folder which is available in the Android Studio, and it's an Android resource folders. So a drawable and the image or a vector name. After passing it, it will display that image over the image view. Okay. In this session, we are mostly going on for sign up or sign in pages, like Facebook, Instagram, whatever things we are using every day. The sign in is important. Why we are using sign in and sign up? For the authentication purposes. Let's go for it. See, Facebook, Gmail, Twitter, Instagram. So, have you found that there is a common thing in this? There is a common thing. Can you find out what are the common things used in here?
Username and password.
Okay. I mean the elements. What are the elements used here? Passwords, sign up buttons. Yeah. Text box. Yep. Next. Input option. Okay. I mean the option, the whatever the things I taught you, like image view, text view, edit text, and buttons. You can see that, right? So here is an image view. Facebook logo, Google logo, Twitter logo, Instagram. Actually, this is a logo, but we can use it as a text view because they are providing their own font face. So email or phone, it's a text, edit text, enter your mail, edit text, username, password, edit text, username, password, edit text. So login, it's a button, obviously. Next is a button. Sign in is a button. Login is also a button. Other than that, what are the images are displayed? Those are image view. Okay. Here there is a lot of things like sign up is also a button. Login with Facebook also a button. Forward, get help with signing. This is also a button. The button cannot be you cannot say this is a button, this is a text view. Whatever you click, it performs an action. It is defined as a button. In general, in Android. So for a sign up for Facebook is also a button. Needle is also a button. But if you consider this as a top layer, it is a text view. Okay. So we go for that. Okay. So in the session, we are going to discuss about creating a sign up thing. Okay. In sign up, what are the elements are added and what are the requirements needed? Basically, you are creating a login page like a Facebook, Instagram, like that. You need certain requirements. Like I need these information to make sure that people are authenticated and secured. What are the requirements for the sign up? Like these things: username, email, password, and phone number. Other than that, can you suggest anything? Guys? Am I audible?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you
sir.
are.
You are audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay, fine. Other than these requirements, can anyone suggest any other requirements? Or else is this fine? Guys, you can interact with me.
Forget
Forget passwords.
password, captcha.
Yeah. Okay. Forget password and captcha. Okay, fine. That's a thing. So the elements are these are the mostly elements which can be present in the any app, any kind of app. Without this, there is no Android app. Text view, edit text, image view button. Without any this, there is no such kind of thing called Android app. Okay. So here, I will give you the sample code. If you have the Android Studio new, you can try it with it. I can wait. If you have any doubts, you can share your screen. I can solve your problems. Or else, I just try it out. Waiting for your reply. Okay. So, do you guys need to be tried out by you or me?
Can you do it, sir?
Okay, sure. I'll do it. So, can you see my screen here? Nandash view.
Yes, sir.
So, first of all, we need to give an edit text, right? The username and password. So, we are going to do it. For the username, we need to give edit text. Just simply give E. It will suggest you that edit text need to be the first list. Click that. Leave it match parent, and I'm giving wrap content. And also, I will hint that the username Also, I need to show that the text is on center. So I define that text alignment center. This can be, we can use gravity too here, but it's already an available option of text alignment, so I'm using it. Before that, I need to say that you have to, in this particular case, you have to enter the username. So for showing the information, I'm using text view. Expand and back. Do you see that any changes in here? Like, because there is no visibility of the elements here. All because of, we need to give orientation. Defaultly, it contains orientation with horizontal. We need to change it as vertical. So, orientation vertical. Now we can see the both elements are here. Okay. And text is a attribute. The text username. And then we have to give a password, right? Same as we need to give edit text again. So guys, I taught you different things, but I missed one thing. Can you notice it? What is it? Okay. Ganesh, you can write it on. Okay. Okay, we forgot to give background. Yes, obviously we have to give background. And the most important thing, we forgot to give IDs, because ID is to identify the elements of the Android. Without IDs, we cannot use it in backends, right? So we have to give IDs first. For initial thing, for a beginner, actually, you have to do like this. Before giving ID, we just need to create everything, and after that, you have to give ID like this. For text view, we don't have to give ID, because for text view we're not changing anything. The username is constant, but the edit text, which one we have to get a text from the user interface, right? So we have to give ID. ID plus ID. What is the username? Same one for password. ID. Okay. So we have given IDs to them. And the important thing we missed is login button again. For this button, B caps. Same with this graph content, and height is also a graph content. Okay. And the text. Okay. But have you wondered that why the login button is not centered, or any of these things are centered? Because we need to give gravity to this root layout. This is the root layout actually. The first layout in the activity is called root layout. Here we need to define a gravity. Gravity. See, there is a lot of gravities options here. Center, horizontal, top, bottom, center, vertical. But upon that, we are going to give center. The center and the center defines both center vertical and center horizontal, which means center on all the sides. Okay, so it's got center now. But do you think it is nice? No. So we are going to give padding to the root layout. I already said padding. Padding is the inside space. So padding, like for example, for your visualizing, so I'm giving 50 dp. You think? Can you see this? This is an inside space. Can you? I can also downsize it, but the most optimal way to give padding is 16 to 8 to 16. See, there is a space inside it, inside the layout, and also you have to give a background. Obviously, we are going to give a background. Okay, for us, I think I'm giving blue as a background. Okay, if it's blue or any design rules, if it's a darkened color, we have to give light colors on their text views or edit text. So I'm giving text views colors. Just give color. Will give a hint of text color. Use hashtag FFF. It's an extra code for white. Same for those. But if it's gone, then okay. In edit text also I'm giving like a text color hashtag FFF. But we find out that the entire username is not changed. It's because it is a hint. It's not text. It's a hint. So we need to change the hint. So text color hint. Sorry, color hint. Text color hint. Then we give the code. Now we can see the entire username is changed to white. Same as a password. But do you think still it's good? Say it. Is it still good? Guys, I'm waiting for you to play. Yes, no. Why? Because there is no image or graphics in it. So we need to add a design, right? Image. But most of the things, the logos are comes in the top for login page. As you see, Facebook, Google, Instagram, whatever social media, the logo of that application will come at the top. Same we are going to do. For that, we are going to use image view. Same wrap content. For image view, I recommended to use wrap contents or any desired height. So I need to provide source. I'm providing a source. I have no image right now, so I am just giving the default background, launcher background. So as you can see, you can use any amount like pixels. For example, I can able to give 300 dp, which is used, and you can notice that I can change the width, but not height. Okay, in height. The height need to be responded when the height also needs to be changed. Like for example, when I give 300 dp here, the height is changed. As you can see, the both are correspondent. When only the width is changed, it's going to be changed. Not going to be changed. When the height is changed, it's going to be changed. So the optimal thing I'm suggesting is don't use more than 150. 150 is optimal for everything. So now given we give an image right here. For example, we can search on net. Like okay, we give a search for your college. Is this okay, right? Just save image. Okay. The images are kept in the drawables. So actually this activity main is present on the layout folder, and the drawables are contains images or vectors like that. So I need to apply here. Instead of using IC launcher background, see there is a name called download. I can use download. It's that simple. Like we can apply images in the Android. So as you already see, in login page there is not only the login button, there is also called sign up button. So we need to give sign up. Before moving on that, I need to give the property for login. Like we can set background. I already say background can be changed as any colors. Like so I can, for initially I give 000 so that the color palette will pop up. In that I'm going to use pretty much white is fine. And inner text login is black, right? So that I can change with the text color, the same property which you use for the text views. Text color, use same 000 for initial palette opening and click. Another, there is a text property called text style, which can make bold. And also there is a property called text size, which is able to enlarge text. I'm going to give 18 because 18 is the optimal text. 8 to 18 is an optimal text for the Android app. So like, as you can see, we create a login screen, but we need to prepare for same for sign up. Okay, so I'm giving for a sign up button. You may notice that the both buttons are collided. It is the time I need to say about the margin. See, these are also collided. So I've to give margin. The optimal margin give is 4 to 16. So I'm giving 4. DP is density pixel. So you can see, you can little bit see the gap between those text view and the image view. Same for the things. Here it has an optimal distance, but here it does not optimize. So we need to optimize it by giving the margin for both. So I'm giving margin. If we need to specify the margin, like the left direction, top, bottom, right, we can give those. Like for example, I need to give top, only top, just give top, like 8 dp. See, only the top margin is applied. The bottom is not applied for the button. So I need to specify, like I need to give margin for bottom, margin bottom, same 8 dp. See, and also a trick called when the design is stuck, but you change it, but it's not reflected. Click on the inner space and just press R, or use here. There's a call force refresh layout. It will refresh the layout with the XML you have given. See, now the spacing is done, but I need to give. And also you may notice that the login and register all button in the text is caps. How I can change that? There is a property called text all caps. Make sure that is false. We need to get a normal thing. False. So it's a simple login screen. Likewise, you can also create sign up and most of things. Here I explained about all the attributes I explained, the basic attributes: image view, text view, edit text, and login and this button. But I have to give IDs to this button because I'm going to use this in my backend. So I'm giving IDs. At ID, login. Same as ID, register. Okay, you may ask where we are going to use these IDs. It's in the backend. See, it is a backend Java. Okay. Here we have used what are the things? Edit text, 2 edit text, and 2 buttons, right? So we are going to initialize 4 things here. What is this? Edit text. Edit text is a class. Okay. Edit text. What are the things we have used for edit text? Username and password. Same as. And also we have used 2 buttons. What are those? It's login and register. Here, here we go. Like we have declared it. Same as in all the programming languages, we have declared the variables. Now we have to initialize or use a variable. But in Android, for elements, without initializing it, we cannot use it. It may provide an error called null error because it's need to be mapped, right? It's in the UI. So username is equal to find view by ID. For this only, we are giving their ID. Without that, we cannot able to identify the element and we cannot able to use it in Java program, Java or Kotlin. So just use find view by ID R. In Android, or is the resource or dot where it is situated. We have given at plus ID, right? So ID is going to add the register. The same or dot ID. We have to give ID dot. See, we can give a lot of things. These are the IDs are previously listed, but what we are going to add? Username. This is our given ID. The other IDs are generated by the Android thing. See, now the username is initialized. Same for the password. See, there is an error called common ID error, which is passing the same ID for different elements, because username and password are different, but we are providing same ID, which turns out the username, the element which we are given there, considered as by both username and password. So for here, we need to change it as password. And we have to how you like this same. Okay. The button is login button is there, initialize. Now go for the register button. Okay. Now, as you can see, that the 4 things are initialized. Okay, but we are morely concentrating on the front end. I think it's enough to learn about why we are using ID and all. But so I will just say that, okay, let's do a simple task. If when button click, right? So login dot set on click listener. We are using this listener method to make sure that the button is when the button is clicked, you need to perform this action. So I'm giving set on click listener new on click listener on. They will show the pop-up like view.on click listener. This is a interface which is inherited. See, on clicked, what we have to do. So we have to compare username and password, right? So if username dot get text dot toString. This is a text which we can get from the username. Like I need to extract the data from the edit text and use it here. These are the methods. Username dot get text dot toString. Dot toString is to change the object, because the username is an object of edit text. We need to convert it as a string, the basic data types. So which is need to be compared, right? So what dot equals? It's Java, so we can use dot equals, or else we can use so equal. For example, as if we compare the username, and also we need to compare the password. So it's a basic. I'm giving a basic login form. Okay. Password dot get text dot toString equal. For example, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I'm giving a toast. Toast is a temporary message. It will pop up in the screen. For example, like in WhatsApp you are sending a messages from the different app, it will say sending messages like that. Or else if you are sharing anything, sharing like that. Or it's a pop-up text which will display the action what we are currently doing. Make text with application context. We are going to pass login successful. Okay. And how many time we need? Length, short, long. I prefer to go with short. Dot show. Okay. So the basic login thing is ready. Now we have to run it out. Execution. You need to turn on the developer mode in your mobile first to enable the connection between Android Studio and your Android phone. Or else you can use your Android emulator. But I prefer to use Android phone because the system which we are using, emulator cannot sustain, because emulator also grabs a lot of memory and also it provides a damage to your system. See this. Okay, I got a dependency error. The newer version of this will have I'm using the older version as I'm going to update it. In the newer version, it will automatically change to 4.4.2. These are Gradle versions, and you may notice that when you are installing the Android Studio, you can find that Gradle error. The Gradle error happens because of this. Because of this, you can see the distributed URL and where it's located. So here, see my SDK is located on here. Library Android SDK. The same need to be given if the error sustains. See, now I got no error, so I can run my system, run my. This is a tool called Visor, which we can use to display our phone through our screen. If you are Linux users, you can use scrcpy command. Okay. We need to wait for build. You guys have, yeah. Okay, yes, SCRCPY supports for Windows 2, but in Mac, fine. Okay. Any other doubts until we can see the builds? Any doubt for you?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. Wait a minute. Sharing the screen again. So we done our task. Like we try to ready this. This is simple, like downloading the Firebase logo, the same username, mail, password. Here I use three things: username, mail, password, and register and login. Here I used a text view, like already register, login, like this. The same. Okay, I got some manifest errors. You may also get the manifest error, but make sure that you have a working. So this is the output of the thing. Like when you enter here, we have to enter, like if we have enter Jolly and the password is 128, the app going to make a toast as login successful. Those are stuff. And okay, I need to compare that. Which two things is better? The left one or right one? Which is better?
Right one, sir.
Right one, second one, sir.
Yeah. On scale of 0 to 10, it's good, but it's preferred only for 8. Have you ever seen the Instagram? I mean, the Instagram and the Snapchat. Those are the logins. It's wonderful. For logging design purposes, you can use this website called dribble.com. Any knowledge on dribble.com? The website for designers?
No, sir.
This is a dribble which you can find lots of designs. It's for both Android, web, any kinds of designs for free. Some things can have premium in it. Okay. There is a job called UI and UX engineer, where you need to only work on the design principles and work on the designs only. See, these are the perfect designs. You may find that these are perfect designs, kind of like that. Okay, so use this website. I can share the link to you. Thanks, Kanish. Which kind? I mean, the UI job, right? No, because analytical thinking, you may find out that there is analytical thinking which is mostly used for designs, the colors which you choose and where is the text. You may also find that this is a user interface which we are using in Meet. What if the record this is not supposed here and this are here? Like the record notification is happening right here, right? What if it's not here? Yeah, full stack is good. But most of the jobs now it's depending upon the backend, like cloud, because everyone is moving to cloud right now. Even Cisco is moving to cloud from networks. I mean, networks we are using, but the network, network front end, right? We need to calibrate that IP address and need to ping the servers. All the things are happening in the cloud right now. So everyone is moving to cloud. Full stack is good, but still you need to learn about the design rules in depth. As a suggestion, okay? Yeah. And these are the tasks for you. As you attend this session, you may need to learn something, right? So for that, you need to work on it. So these are the works you can assign yourself. You have to design a login page that we did, right? But for your college, and most importantly, choose a theme. Your college logo, right? Depend upon the college logo, you choose a theme. I think the logo depends upon 3 colors: white, blue, and dark yellow. Same kind of designs to me. These are the design principles which we oriented on.
11 o'clock.
These are the design principles which we have worked on. Like most of the companies will follow these design rules. Even Cisco, Google, whatever the company, big companies like TCS, Wipro, this will follow the design rules, obviously, specifically in design part.
Alert from reminders. I have.
Okay. I have some other meetings. I think so. Fine. You have to use this user email password and button as login. Okay. So say that is design is easy or not? From your opinion, I need to get from your opinion. In my opinion, it's both difficult and easy, because as you recently the Apple has launched the iPhone 13, right? There is so many memes like moving just a camera to the moving just camera diagonally, it won't make big change like that. Actually it makes a big change in the design side, because the way of we perspecting the things, the perspective view of the things, yeah, internally they change. I mean, in the technically we know, but the people who may not know the technically things, but they only saw the design things, right? Yeah, kind of camera, that's for sure. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We know the technical things, like we have to go this way only, but outer things, the people. And you also notice that in olden age we have used, not olden, see in your laptop itself, laptop or phone, the keyboard arrangement. Why we use the QWERTY keyboard arrangement, where we can use like ABCD continuously, right? These are the design principle we need to use it on every day, so that people can use it efficiently. The more of efficiently, people need to involve themselves for the product. So there comes the design part. Same as the application. I can also mention some terribly applications, like they made the designs worse, so that they have lost the market. But some people have good designs and they reach the market high. For example, you are playing a game, take it as a PUBG or any games. You are playing a game because of entertainment, as well as it contains more graphics, more elements, right? Without those elements, would you play interested? And also, if it's still 8-bit pixels, like shooting in. Yeah, Dusha, need to say anything? Yeah. So like this, more of that, we need elements and design. We need to use of design principles. Okay, you can learn coding easily, but you cannot learn design principle as fast you can. So make sure that you use the dribble.com to make sure you have innovative designs. Okay, because in all over the world, the only design challenges are happening all over the world. I mean, not only. How to say that? You may feel surprised, like the design challenge. Most of the things are now moving towards the design challenge, because the people are aspiring what is new in it. I can also say that when you got an update, any kind of update, what the design they changed, what the view they changed, right? Those are the designs which we are attracted to it. That is same for all. Okay. No problem. And yeah, so in my thought, it is both too difficult and too easy when you have a creative video. Make sure you have higher creativity, and if you have higher creativity, the more innovative you are. Thank you. Yeah, learning Illustrator is a good thing, but Illustrator is paid. You can use a free tool called figma.com. I know if you have Windows, you can crack it, obviously. But unfortunately, I'm using Mac. GenP, you can use GenP, vectors. The vector is also a good thing, but most in the field, you have to use Figma, because the industry is most looking for Figma or illustrators. That's good. You know Figma means, that's great. Figma is a very good design tool for its optimization. For beginners, you can use Java. After you gone everything, like you have built an application, you have put it, placed it on Play Store, like that. Moreover, Kotlin, there is another framework called Flutter. The Flutter is now going more. So I try to recommend use Flutter. But for beginners, do learn this Android Studio. React, I may suggest React, but I think it's not going to work anymore. More of the things, the probably is going to be Flutter, because the progressive web apps and the mobile apps are going to be combined. So I think it's better to be moved to Flutter. Yes, but most of the companies like Google, Cisco, or many companies like TCS, they are using Flutter. Yeah, Flutter is a cross-platform. You can also create web applications. The same web application can be converted to Android apps. Not only Android apps, you can also create iOS applications. Okay, any other questions? I say no. iOS is very much difficult because we need to learn a different kind of perspective language like Shift. Shift is a different kind of perspective. In starting, we use for C, C++, after that Java, like that, right? So Shift is a different thing, like a more or not Kotlin, pretty much different from Java. Okay, any other questions, guys? You can unmute and ask yourself. No problem. Thank you. Sure. This is my mobile number. And you can also contact me through mail. Yes, I think you learned something today. I know, but mostly try to say with your parents or your friends, like these are the elements present in this app, so it looks like that. Or else maybe you can also, that's a big thing, right? If you found that there's a design flaw in it, you can report to that company. For example, if it's an Instagram doesn't have the good UI, you can also report that this need to be changed to there, like that. And in some cases, they will reward you also. Yeah, you can get paid for the issues, but you need to have a solution to be paid. Not the only issues. You need to provide a solution to be paid. Okay. Okay, guys. Any other doubts? Any kind of doubt? Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I would like to thank Jyotish sir for sparing his time training us despite his schedule. It is really useful for mobile app development, sir. We gained
Thank you.
knowledge on app development. Thank you for such a wonderful experiential learning, sir. I
Thank
also
you.
extend my thankfulness to HOD sir and coordinator for arranging us a beneficial session like this. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jyotish.
Thank you, ma'am.
Really, it's a great interactive session. I could see continuous messages in the chat box given. Thanks
Yeah.
a lot, Jyotish.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're my take, sir.
Thank you, Ganesh. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, students. Yeah, thank you, Jyotish. We'll call you.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Nisha.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.